Welcome to the Premium Sheet. The Premium Sheet is an awesome team because there's such a huge variety of different types of content. For example, there could be articles that are informational that give a reader, good information to learn about something. There could be meta descriptions, product descriptions, or a category page with products, where there's text there that explains, what the customer can find. They could be little writing snippets on products or web pages. There's just so many different things that can be on this sheet. So this is a really fun sheet to be on because you're always doing different things all the time, which is a lot of fun. So no matter what you end up writing, you're always going to be able to know how to do it by looking at the style guide. And the style guide is always on the client line on any project. So the client lines are usually colored and they have the style guide link right next to them, as well as the email address to the account manager. But for example, if I want to write some articles, or these are product descriptions, are only 85 words each. For Rogan Shoes, I would put my name here, and I've got to take the whole block. I can't just take one or two out of here. I've got to take the entire block to commit to. So I'm going to start typing in my name here and select all of those, and then I'm going to pick the date from the drop down here on each one, and it's going to automatically populate a due date for me to make sure that I get this content done by. So that's how you select content. And then before you write anything, you have to go to the style guide to understand how it works, what the instructions are. How do I write this piece of content? What are they looking for? So you just simply click on the style guide URL link and it will bring up the style guide right here. So here on the style guide you have tabs, and everything is here for you to understand this project. So for example, the client is Rogan Shoes. Rogan Shoes sells various brands of shoes online. So we're going to be writing product descriptions for all of the shoes that they sell. So since Rogan Shoes is selling a bunch of different shoes, they're going to sell lots of different brands. Like here's the ones I'm writing about. The brand is Cravo, and if I look down here, there's Lugs, and it could be Adidas or Nike, whatever, right? So there are different brands of shoes, and my job is to write a product description. Just like if somebody were going to buy these shoes on Amazon, I'm going to write a little description about what they're like, what the specs are, that kind of stuff. We're going to get into that. So we're going to go to the style guide and kind of see here what I need to do from a research perspective to write this piece. So research is very important, and research shouldn't take you very long at all. And the style guide will usually always kind of point you in the right direction to know where to go. But it's very important to always understand who it is I'm actually writing the content for. I know very clearly for this project I'm writing content for Rogan Shoes. But sometimes, what if Rogan Shoes was an agency and they have lots of different clients, and let's say Nike was one of their clients, and up here it was Nike shoes product descriptions, but the Rogan Shoes style guide came up. Well, more than likely, it would say in here, Rogan Shoes is an agency, and they service lots of different shoemakers, and I would know that, if this is for Nike, I'm most likely writing it for Nike, so I'd want to make sure that I keep that in mind and to make sure I spell their company name right and all those things, because those are really important things. If you're a client buying content, you want to make sure that your company name is right and that it matches your brand and things like that. So it's very important to understand from the very beginning who you're writing the content for, and if you are not clear on that, make sure you write an email to the account manager to get some clarification so that they can either update this style guide and make that more clear or whatever, because you don't want to write content in the wrong way and have to rewrite it because you didn't understand what it was meant for. So make sure that you understand that. That's very important to the research part of everything, because if you know who you're writing for, if I know I'm writing for Nike, I can go to Nike's website and kind of get a feel for their tone, their voice, how they kind of write things. So it's very important to understand who you're writing for in order to do good research on your content. Now, with that said, if I was writing content, more article type content that was information based on, say, a keyword or a topic, I would want to do some searching online, quickly on Google, to be able to find some information that's credible about that topic and make sure that I write a piece of content that sounds good, that sounds informational, that doesn't sound made up or sound, like it was from an unreputable source. So you don't have to spend a ton of time on research, but you should spend a few minutes, looking at a couple of articles here and there or information online to get a basic gist of what it is that you're going to be covering in your topic matter, so that you sound well informed. Because this is content that a client is buying and they want it to read and look good. Okay, so for this client, for Rogan Shoes, if we go to the style guide, it's going to show us what we need to do here. So for this one, the research is I need to either go to the manufacturer's website, for example, like Puma, Adidas, Keds, Skechers, and search for the stock number to find a picture and a description of the shoes. So there's some instructions here on what I should do if that isn't possible or anything like that, but for the most part it should be. So if I go here, I know that Cravo is the brand, so I'm going to go to Cravo's website, and let's look for, say, Doran casual boots. So I'm just going to go ahead and type in Doran in their website, and here's my Doran boots right here. So I found the shoes that I'm going to be writing about. I have a basic description here that I can look at that has some of their basics on the shoe. I've essentially done my research that I needed to do to write this product description. So again, every single piece of content is going to be a little bit different. Every project is going to be a little bit different as far as what you need to research or find to write the piece of content. But all of that is going to be found in the style guide, and that'll give you some guidance on what you're supposed to do there to be able to write the content. So again, if you have any questions on that, make sure that you reach out to the account manager on that project for some clarification. But it shouldn't take you very long, but it is a very important step to be able to write the content so that it sounds credible and so that it's actually informational to the person who's going to read it.